welcome to the Esther show. It's your girl Esther, the Nigerian queen. So the guest I've got today, as you can see him, it's ESS2MAD.
Hey.
I'm gonna let him introduce himself. Obviously, say your name.
Well, my name's ESS2MAD. I'm an artist. I literally dropped music, I guess. And I'm just here to speak, share a conversation, and let's get into it, man.
Oh, okay. He's ready. Right, okay. Do you know what, guys? I actually have relations with him because me and his brother went to uni together. So I actually see him as a little brother.
Wow.
Do you see me as your older sister?
Older sister. You know what it is with me? I'm prideful, Growing up, I'm used to older people saying, "Oh, I remember you from this tour." So obviously I just see everyone as everyone now.
Oh, is it? You're no one's older than me. I'm not no younger. Sorry.
I'm getting old, man.
Is it? Not really. How old are you?
23 now.
23, and you feel you've got a lot of years ahead of you.
How old are you?
You don't need to know. I've got to that age where I don't even say my age anymore.
Fair play.
It reminds me that I'm close to definite.
Wow.
So I don't want nobody to know.
That is one way to think about it. I mean, you could get hit by a car.
That's a bit dark.
Claiming insurance is the positive side to that.
Do you have life insurance?
Don't worry about that.
Well, anyways, right. I mean, obviously, because we have this relation together, I know you've been commenting on my stuff, and I done the Andrew Tate podcast recently. Well, not that recent, but when I done it, you had a lot to say about that, didn't you?
Oh, Andrew.
Yeah, you said you wanted to come on my show.
You have to remind me what I was saying.
You literally said, I need to come on your podcast so I can defend my man Andrew.
Yeah, well, obviously.
So defend him.
Well, it depends what you're saying against him.
Okay, so I made a video saying that he's misogynistic. I mean, I do believe he's misogynistic. I don't blame him. I mean, he clearly has a different upbringing or whatever. But I do think his views are a bit misogynistic. And you obviously wanted to defend him. So what did you want to say?
So in regards to you feeling his views are misogynistic, I
Yeah.
have to figure out exactly what you're saying is misogynistic. So what is it about him that makes you feel he's misogynistic? Let's say, boom, he said this line and I don't agree with it, then we can just go from there.
Okay. Well, okay. I've been in a room with him. Obviously, I've podcasted with him.
You look like you got along with him.
Not really.
You didn't.
He wasn't rude or anything. He was really respectful. However, he made comments basically, as a man, I should have a level of authority to tell my woman to shut the F up and go make me a sandwich, basically.
Okay.
To me, that's crazy. The craziest one was basically saying if he has a car, like a blue car or a Lamborghini, that has to be his girl's favorite car as well. Yeah. So even if it's not her favorite car, she has to say, that's my favorite car. Okay. To me, that's do you want a slave or
diving into that, you have to actually analyze the character of Andrew Tate in it. Now, I'm not saying that, I'm sitting down watching every single video he's ever posted. However, I'm aware when he says certain things such as, I'm putting on a character to gain a certain amount of attention, and these are my views.
So you think he's...
To some degree, he's putting on a persona to attain a certain amount of attention, which worked. Okay. And obviously, you have to look at things from an analytical standpoint. It's like the way you'd probably be able to tell when someone's putting on a PR stunt. You'd be able to kind of see if it's something staged and if it's something that's their actual views. Now, when he's saying, a woman best make me a sandwich or a woman best do this, he's speaking along the lines of what he believes in, but then he adds a level of tenacity, a level of, this is going to piss people off to gain the views. So then it's about knowing where to separate that.
So you think that it's not really real?
No, it's definitely real. It's just over-exaggerated.
It's a character,
it's
basically.
A character. Okay, cool.
So you don't agree with that, or do you agree with it? The stuff he says?
I say I agree with the foundation of the point he's trying to make. But obviously, I'm not going to agree with the character he's embodied himself into.
So what's the foundation that you agree with?
I say, so it comes down to traditional morals. I agree with a lot of traditional morals. The other day I was doing a show in Dubai, and I remember in the East, the way that they structure things, the way that they put things together is very, very different to the West. And when you look at things from a standpoint of tradition and how things have been for millions of years, then 2023 everything changes. Then like it's very easy to agree with a lot of his takes. That's the only reason why I was saying I have to defend my guy, because it's not like I'm defending Andrew. I don't know too much about Andrew.
Okay,
I respect the traditional
traditional.
The traditional standpoint.
I find that so weird that you're traditional, because your brother's not really traditional.
Me and Michael are two individuals.
Is it?
Yeah.
So what would you say is your type? What's your type of woman?
My type of woman?
Yeah.
Feminine.
I've never heard this one before.
Well, it's 2023. You have to say that.
Okay. So what do you mean by feminine?
Okay, so I'd say I'd like a female that, of course, has their own opinion, so on and so forth, but isn't argumentative. So like I don't want stress to deal with unnecessarily. Like I don't have to tolerate it because I just don't have to. A lot of people that do have to tolerate it have to. So that's when you get simps saying stuff like, yeah, man, everything she says is right. Everything is da-da-da-da-da-da. But if you're really of like the value you want to be, or like you really know where you want to go in life, you'll know what you want to tolerate and what you don't want to tolerate. So
when you say feminine, you mean you don't like a girl to argue with you, basically?
Okay, I don't like a girl who's argumentative. The difference is a girl that can argue with me, we can be in a scenario which warrants it. So, for example...
Oh, okay. Because I'm not going to lie. Personally, I would say I'm quite feminine. However, if I don't like something, not just because you say you want a feminine woman, I'm sorry, I don't like it. I'm going to have to say that I don't like it. However, I completely get where you're coming from, because... life is hard, especially for men. Life is very hard, like especially for black men, where you go on the fields and there's racism you have to deal with. There's all these like microaggressions, and just life of a man is hard. And I understand that he doesn't want to be coming home when you're meant to be his peace.
And this guy wants to fight me.
And then it's every day like.
Okay.
So I completely hear it, but I do think some men are now taking it to the extreme where it's like, you can't even argue. You can't not like something, like the Andrew Tate statement. If I have a Lamborghini, she has to say that that's her favorite car. Okay, so to me, that's like, no, she doesn't like it. So why are you trying to make her like it? So it's like a woman can still have her own mind and disagree with certain things and still have a voice and say, you know what, I don't like that. Do you know what I mean?
I understand that as well. Like, you see, even in that statement alone was an over exaggeration. So, I feel like the actual foundation of the point he was making was that, in general, let's say that I'm on a date with a female. I do not want to be hearing about all the places you've been. I do not want to be hearing about, I've been to Hakkasan, I've been to there, I've been to TGI, and then I've been to Dubai, and I've been with this guy, and da-da-da-da-da. Like, to some degree, there's some type of lineage I'd want you to stay in between whilst getting to know me. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that, oh, boom, be a robot and everything I tell you. No, I want you to blossom into being your own person. But at the same time, like, there are
Massage your ego.
Pardon?
Massage your ego.
Not necessarily, because my workload massages my ego enough. But I'd say that...
Sorry.
It's just how it is. But like, what's it called? But in regards to her, I'd say, like, there's just... I don't know. I have a preference, and a lot of males have preferences. But then when you say this to females, we'll get slapped in the face for it. We'll say, like, if we set a standard, we say, oh, I want a female to be like this, and I want a female to be like this, or like this, yeah.
So, okay, name one of your preference.
And feminine?
Apart from that, we've already touched on that.
I'd say, yeah. I prefer a female that's not too outgoing.
Too outgoing.
That's the preference.
So, do you like your girl going clubbing?
Not really, no. But
is she okay to go clubbing there?
If she wanted to.
But you wouldn't. You prefer her not to.
I prefer not to. And
why could you go with her?
Why do I have to go with? Why does my schedule have to change for something I don't like?
Oh, you don't like clubbing?
I don't even like clubbing myself.
Oh, that's fair then.
Like, in general, I'd say, yeah, like, and you have to look at the environment of clubbing. You have to look at the environment of certain things that get entertained nowadays, and you have to, like, look at it from a standpoint of being in a relationship. Okay. Is this healthy in the direction of a relationship? Okay. So, looking at clubbing, what happens at clubs? I don't see girls talking about, I love my man. Oh, yeah, we're going to be good housewives, or we're going to do this or that. No, they're going out to rock out. Shake Nash for everyone. And, like, you know, I'm not saying that every female does that. A female can go to the club just to have fun. Yeah. But what's the conclusion? What's the end goal? Yeah,
but I think a lot of women just go out to have fun with their friends. 100%. Like, I can go out clubbing and not even speak to one guy. I think it's just, don't get me wrong, I've got to that age where, like, I'm an auntie now. Like, clubbing doesn't excite me anymore. I'm just like, do we have to? I'd rather go brunches. I fell asleep in the past 3 clubs I've been to, you know. Yeah, I'm getting old, you know. I hear it.
As soon as 12 licks, oh my gosh. I remember there was literally the fumes one that you saw me at, fell asleep there. Doesn't mean that it wasn't popping. It was sick, so on and so forth. But I'm just, because I'm not in the habit, like, I don't know, when I was younger, fair play.
When you're younger.
I could firm the night, you know. I could firm the night. But like, as soon as it hits like 12 now, bro, I could actually be in Coventry. Even though I'm not, like, I could be in Coventry. It could have lit 9 o'clock. I'm thinking, yo, I need to get yard, you know.
I know.
When I was younger, I was like, mom, I want to stay up till 1, da, 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 da. But then when you like are responsible for yourself and you like, I don't know, I'm just at that age where it's like, I'm just looking at what's the conclusion to it.
What's the conclusion? What's the end goal? Now you've gone clubbing. What is the conclusion?
Like, okay.
You sound like a Holden. I'm not gonna lie.
You think so? And what's that?
Because you know, like when I was 23, I definitely would not be talking like this. Like,
what do you mean exactly?
I enjoyed clubbing when I was 23. I mean, now I'm like, I just want brunches. Like now I have to think about it. Oh, I need an outfit. I need to do my hair. I need to do my makeup. Why? I don't see any benefit in it anymore. Yeah. Which I hear where you're coming from. Like literally, and you're right. Especially when you're single as well. Like, you go and it's all these fuckboys talking to you. You just get headaches and fuckboys. That's literally, because you wake up the next day, you're going to have a migraine all day. Your whole day is gone. Listen to what you just described and you're wondering why I don't want to go to those clubs. But when you're younger, it's fun with your friends, getting lit.
But you know, you have to also consider as well that the generations are changing. The way 18-year-olds are now ain't the same way they were 5 years ago. Like, everything's changing now. Everything's faster paced. Social media has created too many businesses. It's like to the point where everyone's thinking business mindseted way before they're thinking, let me be an 18-year-old kid. Like, and you have to also look at the pressures of society. I mean, every man has to have money. You're always ugly.
We're gonna get into that because I want to talk about like the dating.
The dating's
we need to talk about that. But before we go into that though, I want to talk about like your family in terms of like support for your music, because I do know like your brother doesn't really support your music, does he?
You think so?
He does, in the sense that like he always tells me, oh, Shadrach's doing really well, but he's like, oh, that type of music I don't like it. Like, how does your mom feel about it?
I'd say in regards to my family, my mother is an African Ghanaian woman.
Okay.
So the second that you say anything outside of doctor, lawyer, anything in those fields, they don't understand.
Yeah.
So from the get-go, growing up, that was my standpoint. Like, I wasn't expecting my family to look at my vision and understand it, because I understand the path they would have expected from me in it. So it's like, obviously, you'll hear a lot of rappers talking about, oh, yeah, my teacher never supported me, now I make more money than them, fuck that teacher. Oh, they'll talk about my family never supported me. I'm already of the understanding of why they were like that. So because I already know why they're like that, if I come in and try to force them to just see the vision, it kind of like, it's literally going against the way things were set. Yeah. And obviously,
so you hear it, why like she doesn't really
I understand
push it. How do you understand it then?
I understand it as, in Africa, I've been to Ghana, for example. I actually went to Ghana with Michael and my mum as well. In Ghana, the way that they all are, you work or you don't eat. That's all they care about. There ain't no time for therapy. There ain't no time for talking about your emotions or talking about, oh, I have this goal that I want to do, or I want to have fun here, or go clubbing. There's none of that. It's literally work. What's practical? Do that. So then when you come to England, and like, let's say you're not crazily educated on the ecosystem or the way things are, the economy, you're going to think, what are the first big words that pop up for making money? Lawyer, doctor, da-da-da. So then if your son comes back home from school and says to you, Mom, I want to be a rapper.
Yeah, it's not making
what
sense.
What kind of African... Really? If you do...
My mother... Till this day, all this presenting is a hobby, is a waste of time to my mother. Yeah. I tell my mom, I just did this show. She'd be like, how much did they pay you? How much did they pay you? Are you collecting anything? I beg God, sit down, Johnny. So how's your work?
That's what I mean.
That's what she cares about, my 9 to 5. That's the only thing that she sees as work. Even if I got a big contract now, she will still be like, how is that little hobby of yours?
I'm telling you from now, I dropped Let Me Land, for example. That song racked 49 million streams on Spotify. My mum, Like I'm not even saying this to big myself. I'm saying, but my family still won't understand that.
You should big up yourself because that's not easy because you're independent as well, aren't you?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Nah, I appreciate that, man.
Nah, well done, man.
I've got, you know what it is? I don't ever celebrate anything too much because I've got a big stomach. So it's like...
Yeah, from the way you speak, I feel like you're very ambitious.
Yeah.
And you understand like the tough world. You're very tough on life.
I'm very realistic.
So I can imagine that you're probably quite tough on yourself. Like every like achievement is not good enough basically for you.
To some degree.
A lot of creatives, I think we're all like that, where like you're always chasing the next thing. It's like, oh yeah, I've got 1 million streams, but I need to get 3 million.
Yeah.
But it's like, but no, I need to make a meal. Like it's always chasing a goal, which I think is good in a sense where it's like you're always ambitious. But I think a lot of creatives, and I'm speaking to myself as well, because I'm this way as well. Sometimes we need to just take it slow. Stop being so hard on ourselves and actually just think, I've worked hard. You know this shit is not easy. Like 9 to 5, I think is even easier than the creative world, especially like things like music.
It's mentally more simple.
Mentally much easier. You go to university, once you've graduated, you get a job and you, do you know what I mean? That's it. But there is no guideline. There's no blueprint. Path. Like
there's actually no blueprint.
Literally, you could be an actor, a musician, a presenter. Yeah. Bro, you can be doing it for like your life and never blow.
100?
Do you know what I'm trying to say?
100, like...
It's so hard.
And coming from where I'm coming from specifically, you have to remember as well, my circumstance really sets no blueprints. And the reason why is because... if you're in London, you at least have multiple people that are blowing up.
Of course.
If you're from Birmingham, there's a handful of us. There's literally...
I want to go into that as well then, because obviously you came from Brum, didn't you? Thank you so much for coming all the way.
Well, Coventry, technically speaking, but I am from Birmingham originally.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So you came from Coventry today.
Yeah.
But where do you live?
Coventry.
Oh, Coventry. Okay.
Like, I have a yard like
but so do you consider yourself a Cov guy or a Brum guy?
No, I'm from Birmingham at heart. Like I know where I came from.
From Birmingham. Right, okay then. So being a Brum artist, how is that? Because like you said, you know, like you don't see a lot of artists from Birmingham that you can relate to.
Yeah.
How does that feel in terms of relating to the artists? Because a lot of drill artists are like from London.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you get treated a bit different being from Brum? Because I know Londoners, they can be a bit cliquey, like where they're like, you can't sit with us.
Yeah.
And I feel like when you say, because I'm from the north as well, I'm from Wigan. And I remember,
Where's that?
Wigan, I'm from Wigan. It's near Manchester.
Okay, that's why.
Yeah, but I remember like when I used to like basically do any shows here and I get booked, I would say, oh, I'm from the north. And I feel like they would kind of treat me like, ugh. Like, but when I moved to London, I think it's different because now they see me that as I'm part of them.
You can just do what you want.
Exactly. And I think when they find out that I'm from the north, they're like, raw. But it's like before then, when I used to say that I'm from Wigan, it was a different atmosphere. It's kind of like, don't take me serious sort of thing.
Yeah.
How do you feel? Like, is that the same with you as a Brum artist?
I'd say coming from Birmingham, the way you get, so I haven't actually spent too much time in Birmingham since blowing, but like the reason why is because like I'm mainly based in Coventry and I mainly stay in my yard in general. Okay. But like I'd say, I don't know, I'll always say I love Birmingham. That's the city that I've come from, so on and so forth. But I'm not gonna act like the support's crazy from my city. Like when Liminan first dropped, Birmingham was like 14 place for listening to your song.
Oh, so you don't get a lot of support from Brum?
I'd say it's like, you have to remember though, like, but in a lot of it's not necessarily a Birmingham thing. It's just a crabs in a bucket mindset type of thing.
Yeah.
Like I think it's a black people mindset type of thing, because you have to remember, a lot of people are watching me live in the same environment that they're living in, doing the same types of, obviously when I was a little bit of a bad breed, doing the same types of things that they were doing. Like, you know, just literally, I'm one of you guys, but then you've seen this geezer just blow. So then when you see that, you can't actually look at that without any form of, why wasn't it me? Why is it my man?
Yeah.
Because I remember even when I was first blowing up here, there's a lot of people from Birmingham that big me up. Don't get it twisted. There's a lot of people from Birmingham that would big me up. But then I remember there was even one circumstance where I must have posted a video or a picture of my streams in it. I think at this point, I think Lemland must have been on like 25 million or something like that. And I posted it saying, yo, this tune's getting big, you know.
Yeah.
Someone pops up saying, yo, do you really think you're the best in Birmingham just because you've got this tune? Because I know bare rappers out there. I was like, I remember.
You made that person sound like some moist shit, you know.
Then I remember that one girl, there was a whole debate on me. Like going across Snapchat of people saying,
but that's good though. That's engagement.
It's because everyone was comparing themselves to me because they were saying, "Okay, Esther's got these numbers, yeah, but this guy can rap like this." Then I remember
who were they comparing you to?
Not just other regular people from Birmingham that were rapping, and they were comparing themselves to me because they were saying that, oh, he thinks he's sick because he's hit this number, but these men are still sick at rapping. But then I remember one girl. This isn't even my words. One girl that I know that literally just used to do my hair, she literally said, okay, you can say that, but add them all up and they're still not to his level, like, statistically. So it's like where can
So do you think you're one of the best artists in Brum?
Oh, yeah. No, definitely. No.
When you say you're the best artist, like, would you go as far to say that? You're the best artist.
The reason why I wouldn't say I'm the best artist is because I don't do every genre. I feel like there's no best.
Okay, drill. Would you say you're the best drill artist?
I wouldn't even class myself as a drill rapper though.
What would you class yourself as?
Just a UK rapper.
Okay. Would you say you're the best UK rapper from Brum?
From Birmingham. In my opinion, I think that.
Really? Okay. You back yourself.
In my opinion, I believe I am like the best in terms of being a UK rapper. However, though, I would say I would understand why someone wouldn't say I'm the best.
What would it?
Everyone's individual. So someone could have just grew up listening to Millions more than me, you know. So even if they hear on YouTube,
so you rate Millions.
I think he's a good rapper.
Is he better than you?
I'm not doing this. All I'm saying is that in my opinion, I rate my skill the highest, but I'd understand why someone wouldn't rate me their favorite immediately when there's someone else that was probably there before me.
Yeah.
So obviously, like from that standpoint, like I'd say
you hear it.
Yeah, I hear it. I do understand it, and I keep myself humble to compare myself to myself.
Yeah.
A lot of the times that I'm improving, I don't even listen to other rappers or listen to other people's music like that. I'm mainly going on my memo pad and listening to my own songs and saying, I could have done this instead. Write that down. I could have done this instead. Write that down. I could have done this. And I'm always
trying to improve.
So
in terms of like work in London, how's that going? Like, do you find it quite easy to work, like collaborate with like artists? Because I've noticed you collaborate. You're very driven. Even when you wanted to come on my show, you were like, I'm coming. Like it wasn't even like, do you want me to? It was like, I'm coming. Like you're very like direct. You know what you want. You're gonna get it.
Just tell me no if it's not that.
Which is good. No. It's really good. Especially in London, you need to have that mentality.
Yeah.
So how is that though? Like in terms of collaborating with artists in London?
Pretty smooth, really. Like I'd say, I think one of my biggest skill sets is just being a people person. So like, even though I'm an independent artist, like a lot of the things that have gotten me collabs with people isn't even necessarily my skill set. It's just the fact that they like me as a person. So like, I don't know, I say what I like about London is that there isn't the crabs in the bucket mindset only because it's too big. Yeah. It's too wide. Like there's too many different people. So you're not going to try to hold everyone down. Birmingham's smaller, so it's easier to be like, oh, wait there. Where's he going? He was right next to me. But then in London, it's more like oh, wait, I rate you. And it's an individual type of mindset, conversation type of thing. So I'd say like clubbing in London's like, I just like how there's that there's that removed aspect of crabs in the bucket, basically. That's the main difference, but I still love.
I don't know, because since I've been living in London, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I live here now.
What's the experience been like?
I do still think there's a crabs in the bucket mentality. Maybe not in music, but like in like the presenting world and the podcasting. I do think there's just this like, everyone just feels like we all can't flourish and they're so competitive. People don't want to work with each other because everyone's disrespecting each other. Like I can't lie, even me, like I want to work with people. I love collaborating. However, like even me now, I start to just like, I feel like I have to be selective about certain things I do. Because a lot of the time, I think people are just trying to violate you.
Yeah.
Everyone's trying to violate you. I'm thinking, bro, why can't we be friends? What did I do to you?
Well, in the economy that we're in nowadays, people capitalize off of negativity.
Exactly.
It's just how things are. Like, you have to expect it. So whenever
London is bad vibes.
Yeah,
it is bad. bad.
In comparison to what though?
Nothing worse than London. I am telling you.
This sounds...
And I think it's because things are expensive.
Okay, I agree. Okay. We're there for that, you know. We're there. £50 to breathe oxygen, you know. As soon as, oh my gosh, I come off the train, £50 to breathe oxygen. Yeah. Then it's £5 to take each step. And then it's £60 to get in the Uber, which would have cost 10 back at home.
Man, like, it's crazy.
I feel like I won't even call it. I feel London's always been that expensive.
No,
city.
I feel like now there's something in the air.
You think now?
Eggs is like £4 now. I bought eggs the other day from my corner shop. It was like £3.50 something for 12 eggs. What? That's like what, 50p an egg?
Wait, I can't relate to this conversation.
Do you understand?
I've never been there.
What I don't understand is everything's like triple, but salary isn't triple. What the hell?
Everything is inflation besides the money.
Oh my, I'm so tired. But anyways, talking about London though, you have recorded your Plugged In.
Hey.
Yeah. Sometimes, wait, what is it? Sometimes I like screaming gang shit. Sometimes I like screaming tackle. When are we expecting the Plugged In?
Well, what's it called? We haven't set a date yet, but I received the contract just yesterday. So
it's a proper contracted thing.
Oh, it's professional. It's definitely professionally put together because you like when it comes to the industry, royalties, music, that stuff being involved, people can just change their mind. Okay. So contracts have to be involved. So that like,
do you do all the contracting yourself?
The contract gets sent to me. So then so the process will be. He will probably have like a PA, or Fumes will probably have like a PA or someone that works under him and handles those type of assignments. Yeah. They'll have a contract drawn up by either their lawyer or them themselves, sent to me. Then I'll have my lawyer look over it to make sure it's safe and like, you know, everything checks out where we're both getting an equal exchange. Because a lot of times with contracts, a lot of people aren't educated on reading them correctly. And then there could be some type of word that is just got 10 syllables in it.
So do you go for the contract yourself, or do you have like a contractor or someone that you pass it on to?
Both. I'd read it myself, then I just pass it on to my lawyer as well.
Oh, you've got a lawyer?
Well, yeah. Like,
all right.
Yeah, but you have to, like, you can't actually move walkless in this industry because you will be taken for every penny.
Honestly, I feel like you're so matured for your age.
A lot of people think
I didn't expect that.
A lot of people, because I look younger than my age as well.
Yeah, and you look tiny as well.
I'm talking.
Yeah, but no, but you're very confident because I saw you in that Lani's thing.
Oh my
and
God.
I'm not gonna lie. Your confidence was confidence.
You saw that?
I saw that.
Oh, that video.
You had
wow.
the maddest confidence in that. You were like, you're gonna pick me.
I can't even remember what happened.
What was it? What show was it?
That was the Smash and Pass video.
Smash and Pass.
But that was before I was even doing music though. Like that was when I was directing at the time when I done that video. Yeah. I was with my friend J-Tube and Lani must have contacted him saying, yo, come up to be in my YouTube video. Yeah. And obviously J-Tube was like, yo, come with me. I don't want to go on my own. Yeah. Then obviously when I got there, I didn't know what type of video it was going to be. We get there now and it ends up being like a Smash and Pass. And I was like, oh, snap.
But you were ready though. You were like, yeah, why would you pass me? Like, and it was mad because you don't expect that from me because you're like skinny. But I'm like, you literally held it down. Like, yeah, I'm skinny, so what? No, you know you want me. Oh, that's energy. I think that's what a lot of women find attractive. Like, even if you're skinny or whatever, believe in your source.
Really and truly, like, I find that when women like list their preferences, and a fuckboy could come in the room and their preferences go out the window. Like, I don't think that there's it's normally that this. I think there's a reason why males go out and pick the wife and females wait to receive who's gonna come. Yeah, because it's more for a guy to know what his preferences he likes before he goes out than a woman to receive. So it's like, that's why I feel females are more able to flow with more like, oh, boom, yeah, I like this type, but then if you see something else, oh, but I like that as well. But with the guy, if he doesn't like fat girls, sorry. If he doesn't like, you know, an obese female or a female with too many spots on her face, then like, you know, that's it.
Yeah. To be fair, I wanted to go into like females, well, women. So call them females, they're women, okay?
Women.
Basically, you always talk about women in your music, and you have this like recurring theme where
how hard did you study me before this? Like,
I researched.
Wow.
I'm not just the person that sits in front of the camera. Like, I've done my research. I've gone through your videos. I need to know who I'm in front of. You know what I mean? But basically, like I think it was the gorgeous villain. That was the one that stood out to me the most.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, because you seem to talk a lot about toxicity. Mm-hmm. And you seem quite toxic as well.
I seem toxic.
From the stuff, your lyrics.
Wow, the
Gorgeous Villain is
crabs in a bucket.
Gorgeous Villain is literally the most toxic lyric. It was talking about how she's expecting so much from you, and it's like, well, she's done this, so I'm gonna do that. And like, why are you gonna expect me to not hurt your feelings when you've hurt mine? So it's like you seem to have this toxic mentality with women.
You think so?
Are you used to toxic women?
Am I used to toxic women? I'm experienced with toxic women, but like I don't surround myself with them too much.
Okay.
Not too much. Like,
are you toxic yourself?
Not now.
Not now, but you used to be.
Not now. I'm grown.
You've repented.
I'm a grown man now. Like not good.
I don't know if I believe that. I think all that confidence, it comes with a bit of toxicity.
I'd say okay, fine. Like I'd say, growing up, I was a normal kid. Teen years is when you're like going through life, experimenting, figuring stuff out. So yeah. I guess, and it's the most immature phase of your life. So I'd say that's the most toxic phase, I guess, because it's when you're enjoying your problems, you're enjoying your issues, you're enjoying the issue that you enjoy seeing reflections of yourself. Okay. You enjoy seeing that, oh, I'm broken here, they're broken there.
Broken. We're all broken.
This is fun because I don't feel weird about it. And then when you come across someone healthy, it's like, get away from me. Like, you know, that's the phase that you're at the time.
But the way you talk in your music is kind of like, you know how to suss it out now. Like, easily. It's like, I don't have time to waste on that. Waste the time. Like, you seem to have like control over it with women. Yeah. Would you say that that's it now? That you kind of see it?
I just cut the bullshit. Like, I don't deal with what I don't have to.
I hear that.
Like, that's it. Like, that's actually.
So you just cut her off.
Like, whoa, why did she get cut off? Like, yeah. Like, this is the thing. Like, I have a standard that I like to stick to. Like, I know what my preference is, and I know that if I get a gut feeling that feels wrong, I'm not gonna go with it. So let's say that, oh, boom. Let's say, okay, let's just pretend the scenario is I've got a girlfriend now, and she says, I would like to post myself half naked on social media. Let's say that that's the case, yeah. Before we even got there, how did we cater ourselves to get there? Yeah. Because the one thing I don't respect is men that will accept someone in the way that they met them, then try to change them. I don't respect that personally. I feel like if you met them the way that they are, let them stay the same way that they are. But where I differ is that I don't go for what I don't accept in the first place. So let's say that, boom, I'm not feeling. Let's say that I don't want a girl that is too outgoing, and I know she's too outgoing. We'll be friends. I'm calm with just being friends. And there's someone else that can come along and fill that void of being an outgoing boyfriend for you. But I feel like through my pattern of doing things, it keeps everything very healthy for me. Because I don't have to argue changing someone that doesn't want to change. Okay. I've just met someone that happens to be the way I like.
Okay. Well, I always speak to my brother, because I feel like you're around the same age. I feel a bit old. I'm not gonna lie. But I always speak to my brother about like dating life, and he always tells me like the women nowadays, like the young women nowadays are a bit much. Like he always tells me, like, I think he was telling me about a story about some girl that he was dating, and basically like, oh yeah, he went to pick her up because my brother drives, right? He went to pick her up for a cinema date, and my brother is a sweetheart. Yeah. So he got her to the house, and basically he was gonna just change his bed sheets and just do stuff before they go watch the film. So imagine he's gone to pick this girl up, booked the cinema date, booked everything, and he's basically, I don't know, maybe like washing the dishes, and he's like, oh babe, can you please just help me with my bedding? And then she was kind of like, what do you think this is? Oh. I'm not gonna lie, when I heard that story, I'm thinking that's mad, because you've done all this effort, you've gone to pick her up, you've done all this cinema, like, come on, it's not. I hear the way she's probably seeing it as, oh, you expect me to come and cook and clean, but he's seen it as I'm doing my part as a man, but please just support me. Like, my brother's not the type to be like, a woman needs to be in the kitchen or whatever. But come on, as a woman, you want to make his life a bit easy. Do you know what I mean? Whatever you can do, just me. I wouldn't even be asked. I'd be like, do you want me to help with anything? Do you know what I mean?
In this day and age,
do you feel like young women nowadays are becoming a bit too unrealistic? They're not really offering a lot to men, or
yes,
is it?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Really? Why do you think that?
Definitely. No, because they haven't been trained the same way that their mothers were. So they couldn't, it's not an insult, it's how it is. You have to remember, that like look at our parents, They are the first generation of coming from either Africa or Jamaica to here. So they have a lot of traditional cultured teachings in their ways. Like, a woman, they probably not necessarily, a woman probably isn't necessarily taught, cook for your husband straight off the bat, but they'll probably have brothers that they are in a routine of having to cook for because that's just how things were in the back home. Yeah. So when they bring those teachings over, that's their normality. But then to someone that's grown up in England, there's too much option in this country. So the second that you see that your parents are teaching you this, you step out into the world, but mom, I don't have to do that. Mom, I don't have to abide by those laws. Mom, I don't have to do this. You'll start to create a hybrid of woman. So then the new generation of females, they're not necessarily wrong or right. They're just a new generation of females. So to say, if anyone was to sit here and say they're like the old generation is an inaccurate measurement.
Yeah. But do you prefer the young generation or new generation? I mean, new generation or old generation?
I prefer the mindset of the old generation.
Will you date an older woman?
Would I date an older woman? I'm currently in a relationship now.
Oh, okay.
So I'd say that right now.
Is she older or younger?
Younger than me.
Oh, she's younger. Okay. Yeah. Is she quite matured then? Because you seem quite matured.
Yeah, like I actually found out her age literally 3 weeks into talking. So it's like I was just going off of the energy in it. I was going off the energy. But like I say,
are you like the alpha man in the relationship?
Well, how do you say that? Like,
well, I mean, this alpha people. They always talk about like, the man is gonna provide. Are you the type to book dates and?
I'd say that I allow for relationships to go in the direction that they're supposed to go. So I feel like what the issue is with this generation is that everyone likes to set in stone how they want things to be without even knowing the flipping person. So bare new generation girls are talking about, I can't wait till they get married. They can't name a single person they want to marry. And it's like, in general, it's like you actually have to do the maths. If you don't actually go down the natural organic path of growing with someone, you're never going to find what you're looking for. Because going through the organic path of growing with someone allows you to allow that thing to develop. And that's what you sit in. It's almost like a home. You're building it together. But the second that you say, this needs to be there, my chair needs to be in the living room. And someone's like, what if I want to put my chair in the living room as well? Like, everyone's forcing it. So I say like, so
everyone just needs to let things be.
They need to
stop having all your tick boxes.
They need to remove the expectation of this is how I want it to be. Yeah. I say you should enter a situation knowing what you're not going to tolerate. Yeah. Start there. So if you start with, I'm not going to tolerate X, you're already, and you find someone that passes all of those things, you're already comfortable. So that's a good foundation starting point. Then say to yourself, I don't know where this is going to go. Yeah. I don't know which direction it's going to go in, but let's see. And if it does turn into a relationship, then it was supposed to.
Yeah. My thing is, like, obviously, like you said, I completely agree with literally what you said. Like, have your non-negotiables. However, stop having so much tick boxes. And I'm even learning myself because I used to think,
do you have a lot of tick boxes, Esther? You seem like the type of girl that has a lot of tick boxes, Esther.
Not really, you know. Not really. Like, okay. I have my tick boxes, but I don't end up with my tick boxes.
You see what I was saying earlier?
Yeah, because I completely agree with you, because the men that you actually need are not probably your tick boxes. Like, I like an ambitious man, someone that takes care of themselves, someone that is caring. However, I have now noticed that someone that's ambitious is probably not going to have a lot of time for you. But my language of love is communication. So I'm learning.
So you would say that some of your tick boxes contradicts themselves?
Yeah, I think so. I think with maturity, I am learning to just stop having this tick boxing. Just have your non-negotiables and get to know someone. If this guy makes you happy, just learn to grow, and the things that you don't like about him, you can build it. This is something I'm learning now, because I think I went into the world kind of like, I don't like this man, I want this ambitious, good-looking man. And it's like, every time I see a good-looking, ambitious man, bad communication. They are not gonna treat me well. And I'm like, I can't keep doing that. I need to say bye-bye to my time, because I want to get married. Bye-bye, I want to get at the street.
Fair play. So
this is something I've definitely learned.
So what work would you say you've done to to get to that goal? Because let's say, for example, you're saying that you've come from a standpoint of I used to have a toxic mindset in terms of how I want my men. And
is that toxic? I don't think it's toxic. Is it toxic?
Esther, I class you as toxic. I'm not even gonna bullshit. I ain't gonna bullshit.
Why?
Just, you know what it is? Yeah, I'd say you give off the vibe that you're the type of person that likes things that you know could be bad for you, but you don't mind because the risk.
No, I can't lie. I've never liked bad men.
You've never liked bad men?
I have never. I don't know why. I think maybe because people see me on this Pearl show and they think that I'm this person.
How do you feel that people perceive you on this Pearl show?
I think, well, because on Pearl show, I think I come across as a feminist, which...
Do you know?
I'm not really a feminist. Like, I actually love to take care of my man. Like, I love to support my man. Like, in my head, we're partners. So I want to make your life as easy as possible. I want to build an empire with you. Like, I want you to feel like the king you are because you're going to achieve a lot more. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
So I think I don't get to come across like that on Pearl Show because they're so anti-women and so like, women are this, women are that. But I'm genuinely a softie. Like, I've never dated someone that treats me like shit. I don't find it attractive.
Have you ever been in a relationship or situationship with someone who cheats?
No.
Ever?
No.
Ever?
To me, those are my
non-negotiable. A lot of people will admit that, you know, like.
No, honestly, like, I don't. My non-negotiables are treating me well. That's it. Okay. Like, those things I don't care how good looking you are. I don't care how much money you have. Whatever. I just need you to, that's my main priority in life because someone that treats you well is going to treat your kids well. And I think, obviously, growing up the way I grew up, I understand that my priority is my future children. I want a good father for them. Okay. So I need to pick wisely when I'm in my prime. I need to think, okay, this man, is he going to be a good father? Do you get what I'm trying to say?
So then my question is that in today's society, who do you think contributes towards things going wrong with dating, men or women?
Oh, this is a whole spiral. We're gonna need a whole new episode for this. No, but do you know what I want to touch on now before we finish?
Go on.
Your drill. Okay, so my stance on drill is, obviously, I think drill's a bit aggressive. However, obviously, there's been this argument with drill, like, should it be banned because it encourages violence in young people, like gun violence, knife crime, and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, how I feel, I'm so two minds about it because I think drill as a genre helps a lot of young people to get out the hood. So I encourage it in that sense that I would rather you make music than stay on roads. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's actually an outlet for them to express themselves.
Yeah.
So I don't think you should completely ban it.
Yeah.
However, I do think maybe we should stop glorifying the drill artists that are actually about it in real life. So the ones that will say, I'm chefing, and actually in real life, they're chefing.
That just takes the fun out of it.
But see, that's the thing that annoys me because people always come for Central C because they say he's not really about it. But being about it means you're putting your life at risk. And this is so personal to me as well because I used to do music, right? Back in the day.
Okay.
And one of the artists I used to do it with, basically, he actually is in jail now.
Okay.
Because at first we were doing gospel and I know, right? He went from gospel to drill.
Okay.
And then obviously he started being about the stuff he was singing, rapping about. And this guy was so talented. He used to rap with people like H. When H was coming up, he was. Have you heard of 40 Samurai?
No, I don't think I have.
He was so talented.
But is he from also? Is it Wigan?
No, he's from Manchester.
He's okay.
Yeah, so obviously, to me, I don't agree with that because I thought he was so talented. And because he wanted to be about that life, he ended up in jail. So I don't agree with that. But I also think I like that he had that outlet to encourage, like, to get out the hood, really.
Yeah.
And I'm so two minds about it because I do think...
No, there's nothing wrong with that.
My solution is, I think, you should be able to make the drill music. However... don't be about the life. So when they're actually doing it in real life, we shouldn't glorify it. It should actually be like, we shun it. It's like, yeah, your music is good, but let's be like Central C. I don't know if it's true that Central C is not about that life, but let's encourage more artists like Central C that will talk about it, but not actually doing it. Do you know what I mean? What do you think about that?
So what's the question?
So my question is, what do you feel about that? Like in terms of drill?
Do I feel that drill rappers should it be
banned?
Shouldn't be banned, but there's some that shouldn't be glorified.
Yeah, so like well, you said you had something to say when I said like you should sing about it, but don't be about the life. You had something to say about it.
No, okay. Well, okay. What I would say is that I feel that people's life decisions, a lot of the time, not all the time, but a lot of the time, they make it run into they make their music link too heavily with it, and people can vary, you know. Someone can spit a lot more violent than me and be doing a lot less road than me. Like growing up where I grew up, I was around hands off quite a lot as well. Like there was a lot of people that weren't rapping that much that were the most violent. Like and so there was no way to actually put someone's level of violence to their level of skill in music. Therefore, it's like, really and truly, anyone can say they're about it. Anyone can say that they're not. But if you get into a habit of banning that person but not banning that person, you're gonna have it's almost like a juxtaposition to some degree. You're gonna have like it's a conflict of interest. You're gonna create a conflicted genre. If you look at pop music, if you look at horror movies, you don't see people saying, "Oh, this kid used to watch all these horror movies," which has actually happened. In all these, like a lot of the people that have gone jail, they say, I grew up watching a lot of violent movies and mixed in with the abuse that I saw to happen to my mother. So now I'm now this criminal. There's a lot of other genres of anything else that people aren't addressing, which affects people a lot more thoroughly than drill. In regards to drill.
So your stance is leave drill alone.
No, I wouldn't even say that though, because I'd say, in general, yeah, me, for example, I don't spit violent drill. Well, not anymore. When I was younger, I used to. But like...
Yours is more girls.
Mine's is more... Mine's is life. Mine's is life. Mine's is just commercialized.
But you know what I really like? I saw you did you posted a picture with him, Prince Music. See, my stance is I think we should encourage people like him because he sang that Beautiful Day. He did that remix.
Prince. Oh, that's my version.
See, I think... that's the sort of drill we should encourage. Yeah. Where it's like, you know what's fun. Okay. Like you talk about girls, I think, that's okay.
But at the same time, though,
when it's talking chefing and...
but Esther, you know what you also have to take into consideration is that people have different perspectives of looking at the world. Imagine if you spent a gigantic time period of not one artist talking on how I'm living. Let's say I'm a bad man now and I'm stabbing this person or shooting that person, and that's just how I am. Like you may not agree with it, but that's just how I am, and I have no representatives out there for me. It's like to some degree, I feel everything would be healthy if everyone was able to just leave some shit alone. But we're in a generation now, we're in an emotional generation where people can't leave shit alone. If they see something they don't like, what? Cancel him.
What? Cancel him. What you mean? I'm not gonna lie, because that's what I mean. I'm so two-minded by it, because like you're right. If that's their reality and this is how they grew up,
I mean, I like it.
Do you know what I mean? It's at least they're finding a nice outlet to come out of it.
Before we used to have youth clubs. We used to have youth clubs, centers around that would allow the crime rate to go down a bit. But I feel to some degree, like the without saying too much, I feel like the system doesn't want too much crime gone.
Yeah. So you think it's the system's fault?
Everything's I think there's no fault. There's no in particular person to put it to. Everything's contradicting itself.
That's true.
Everything, because like on one hand you like listening to drill, on the other hand you don't want to be violent. On another hand, it started off from violence, and then let's cancel the people that are violent, but they started it, and it's like
that is so true.
It's like
but that's the annoying thing, because they're talking about their life, but a lot of people are seeing that it's cool to go chef man up, and it's like no, it's not cool. So I don't know if there needs to be some form of disclaimer or something. I chefed man up when I was broke, but now I'm rich, so I'm telling you, go do music instead. Don't chef man.
But even that, for example, safe then. A lot of the times that chefings happen are normally based on where people are housed. Like I could have been born somewhere in Peckham. Someone else could have been born somewhere, let's say Brixton. I don't know how the beef works in London, but let's say that someone's born there, and we're by default we have to beef by law. People don't speak about the actual defaults, the actual reasons why people stab each other. When like people don't, like, let's say that you hear that person just stabbed that guy. Does anyone ask why he stabbed that guy? I saw a video. I'm not obviously like not to be too controversial, but I saw a video of this kid who he must have been going to this He must have been at a carnival or something like that. Yeah. And I think that he must have been stabbed up by the family, gypsies in it. Yeah. About 6 of them must have stabbed him to death. Everyone was like, whoa, we need to stop this violence. Da, 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 da. Then a bit of background research was done. This kid was a bad man. This kid was chefing himself. He was doing his own thing. So it's like, then the narrative is, it's drill. But the reality is that people have individual backstories the same way you do. So it's like, if we really cared about getting rid of violence, we'd look at the actual roots of the issue. But music, come on.
Music is not the problem.
There's no way I heard low ski and I wanted to shoot someone. There's no way that happened.
I don't know, because some young people take everything literal.
Okay,
because I've heard some bad lyrics. Like, if you ain't doing the maddest chef up, did you really do it? Like, these drill artists are going mad with the lyrics.
But then you also have to question as well, why are they like that? Yeah. And if you really believe it's because someone said it, that's crazy. Because everything has a backstory.
No, but if you look up to someone, you're going to think, oh, okay, whatever they say works. Like, it's like just like the Cardi B people always say women that look up to people like Cardi B, city girls.
Yeah.
They do get influenced by them. Let's be real. Unfortunately, celebrities and people that are in the media, they are a huge influence to these young people.
You know what the difference is, though? The difference is with that Cardi B example that you gave, that is a lot more of a choice than I was born in Lewisham in a council estate area and that block down the road is beef in my area. So the difference is that in the first one, it's completely optional. You're seeing a lifestyle that it doesn't technically fit into you naturally, but you'd like for it to. You're seeing that, oh, she's living rich, she's living like this, she's living like that, da, 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 da. So the second that you see all of that, you're going to be like to yourself, I want that, so I'm going to imitate it. Yeah. But someone else could have just been by force, without seeing any YouTube videos, just been like that. No one can just be rich, but you can be a driller.
Yeah.
So like you have to, I feel like if people really want to deal with this issue, we need to start being honest. Start being honest. Like, start saying to yourself, oh, my friend does it too. My friend's in jail. My friend does, I've got people around me doing it. What am I saying to them? And if you're not saying it to them, how are you going to show banjo?
That's true. Well, I mean, just to finish it off, I actually, to honor the drill genre, I've actually, I've got a beat. I've got some, I want to show you what I can do.
Oh gosh,
in terms of my drill music, and I want you to rate it.
I'll be honest.
Do you think I could be a drill artist?
That's how it goes, isn't it?
Out of 10. Just rate my lyrics, yeah? You ready? Cool. Oh, okay, I need to get into the mood. No, that's not a drill beat. What's a drill beat? No. Hey. Okay. Hey. ESS2MAD on my show. Because he knows I'm no, wait. Do it again.
Okay, let's go.
Okay. No, I think I can't do it to the beat, actually.
Just freestyle.
Okay. ESS2MAD on my show. Cause he knows I'm due to blow. He's a drill artist, is a sick rapper. His mom don't like it. She thinks he's a slacker. But she wants it to
this track, man.
I mean, you gotta put a bit of violence in there.
I'm listening. Bring it on, I'm listening.
She wants him to go uni.
Want me here to get distracted.
She wants him to go uni to get them grades, but he probably would if she supported his trades. No, is that sick though?
Nah, you know what it is, yeah. Good, solid 6, solid 7.
Oh, that's all right. I mean, that's okay.
You know, because it's a freestyle, 7.5.
Oh, okay. I feel very good about that.
I'm a tough one. I'm a tough judge.
I think 7.5 is not bad.
Not bad, not at all. It's above average. 5 is average.
Well, I thought that was a nice way to kind of end it. I was dying to show you my skill because I'm like, I feel like I could be a drill artist in my next life.
Don't get banned.
What do you?
Don't get cancelled. Go for it. Like.
I'm gonna have Zizi down my throat like,
oh my, get rid of that girl. Get her off the platform.
And you can tell her like, no, we really need to focus on the root of the problem.
Cool, the root.
I like that. But anyways, well, we've come to the end of it now. Do you have any final thoughts?
Final thoughts. I feel like I came here. I defended my guy. I defended Tate, you know, let the people know. Yeah, man, everyone needs to stop being against each other, man. You know, let's be peaceful. Like, it's not always boys versus girls. Sometimes we're both the problem. But
I
obviously,
like that.
You obviously like, let's not aim to just cuss and say, yo, boom, he's misogynistic because he has standards, or she's a hoe because this, that, or da. If everyone was just in the standpoint of just like, if you want a relationship, develop the relationship with the person you want it with and keep it there.
I prefer that to the stuff Andrew Tate says.
Well, like, you have to remember, he's a character.
But he's on the complete end of the spectrum.
If you can separate the character and just hear what he's saying, boom, I think I'd like a female to be feminine. I'd like a female to be in shape. I'd like a female to be good looking. I'd like a female to not be argumentative. That's all he said. But the way it's translated is, she better be like this or she's going to die. But the foundation, what's the conclusion? The foundation, the point is, I just want her to be the same way my mum was. Your grandmother was. Yeah. Your great grandmother was. And it's like, if it's an issue for us to want things, I feel like my final point is that if we continue to allow the way things traditionally used to be a bad thing, we're going to end up in a walkless generation straight, because we're just denying ourselves. Don't deny yourself. That's all I'm saying.
I don't know, but things like she needs to be in shape. I get it, but I think, I don't know. Because...
I'll argue this. No.
Okay, I don't want to argue. But yeah, we're gonna have to touch on the next when you have next with. But have you enjoyed yourself?
This was great. This was fun. Is it? Yeah, I had fun.
Am I your favourite host?
Well, you're the first host that I've done it.
Hey, I'm your first and favourite.
Come on, hit me with it.
Say with your chest. Well, I hope you enjoyed it. Do you know what I would say? Like, I didn't expect you to be so matured.
What were you
I think maybe because I saw you as like my little brother, and
you saw like a 6-year gap in between of not seeing me in person.
And I just thought I didn't expect you to be so matured in your thinking. I think some of the stuff you say, I'm like, oh, that does make sense. You seem like you've lived life, and I know. You've got an old soul.
Everyone says it. Like,
yeah,
but it's because of you. Most people I speak to are 40 or 30. So it's like, I don't chat to over, not to make myself sound better than anyone, but I don't speak to other people. I'm not influenced by my age. So it's like, because I know where I'm going in life, what I want to be. Yeah. Like, I don't know, like, I guess like, it's just in that direction.
Yeah. No, I like that. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed the show. I enjoyed it. And I hope you enjoyed my rapping as well. Yeah. Support the ting, guys. I'm going to drop my new track soon.
Support the ting, man.
But guys, please support, like, comment, subscribe. I want to see your comments on this. What did you think about the stuff he had to say? And please be back next time.
Make sure you pull up. Bye, guys.